Have you ever went by your day and wondered, is this really it? You go through the motions, wake up, work, scroll, sleep, only to do it all over again. You smile when you're supposed to, nod when you're expected to, but deep down, something feels off. It's like you're watching your own life from a distance, like you're stuck in a story you never chose to write. And the worst part, you can't even remember when it started to feel this way. Carl Jung called this the death of the soul. Not the end of the body, but the quiet decay of purpose, of meaning, of who you were meant to become. There comes a moment in every man's life when the mask he wears begins to crack. The role he's played, the obedient son, the dutiful worker, the agreeable friend, starts to feel like a costume stitched together by expectation, not by truth. He walks through life asleep, his soul wrapped in silence, as if waiting for something to awaken him. Carl Jung called this the loss of soul, not in the religious sense, but in the deepest, most personal sense, a disconnection from one's inner being, a betrayal of the self. We wake up each day not to live, but to perform. We smile when we're angry. We nod when we disagree. We stay where we don't belong, just to be liked. This mask, the persona, becomes our prison. We forget that it was meant to be a tool, not an identity, a way to interact with the world, not to replace who we are. And so behind it, our true self shrinks, not dead, but dormant. The greatest tragedy isn't that life is short, it's that we waste it, living someone else's story, believing someone else's truths, chasing someone else's idea of success. We trade passion for predictability, mystery for method, truth for approval. But the soul does not forget. It whispers in the quiet moments, in the anxiety that strikes without warning, in the dull ache of purposelessness, in the dreams that return like ghosts. These are not flaws. They are signals, messages from the self, calling you back to the path you've abandoned. Jung called this path individuation, the journey to becoming whole, not perfect, not praised, not painless, but whole. To begin, you must turn inward, not just to the light, but to the darkness, because deep inside, you is a shadow. It holds everything you've denied, everything you've buried, everything you've feared to face. Your rage, your lust, your envy, your genius, your strength. You were taught to hide it, to pretend it doesn't exist. But what you repress becomes what controls you. Until you confront your shadow, you will project it onto others. You will see your own faults in their eyes. You will fight battles that aren't yours. You will wage war with yourself. But the shadow is not your enemy. It is your unlived life. When you integrate it, you reclaim your power. You become less nice and more real, less agreeable and more authentic. Only then can you meet the anima or animus, the hidden inner feminine or masculine, the part of you that completes your psyche. Without this union, you are fragmented, chasing external relationships to fill the emptiness within. But with it, you become whole. You begin to see others not as saviors, but as mirrors. You stop chasing. You start creating. This is not a path of comfort. It is a path of fire. The hero's journey begins in the ordinary world, but it always leads into the unknown. You will be tested. You will be tempted to return to the old life, the life of quiet desperation, the illusion of safety. But deep down, you know. That comfort is not peace. Peace comes from alignment, from knowing who you are and having the courage to live it. You are not here to be liked. You are not here to be safe. You are here to become yourself. To do that, you must stop running from your wounds, from your desires, from your potential. The boy inside you who once dreamed wildly, he's still waiting, not for the world to change, but for you to remember him. And when you do, when you face your shadow, listen to your soul, and walk the path of individuation, you will no longer waste your life. You will begin to live it, fully, honestly, unapologetically, and that is the beginning of true freedom.